Hey, Pastor Stan here. It's Thursday, July 8th. I believe the 8th. Let me look at my watch. That's correct. And just wanted to talk to you real quick before Sunday, July 11th. Just letting you know, if you haven't caught on, I'm back now from my 6-week break. It's a great time. We're honored to be back. Two things. One is I'm going to talk about the Project Rescue Love Offering we're going to receive this coming Sunday. I know many of you have already given online, and you can still go to the online and giving, and you can go down and scroll down on the giving link, and you'll see that it says Project Rescue. And why am I doing this? Well, because the gospel is not just about us hearing the good news, but it's about helping others find the good news. And Project Rescue is a solid Christian ministry based right now in India, helping young women and children be delivered from sex slavery. Slavery still happens. They say, Pastor Stan, why are we doing that? It started by David and Beth Grant. They were missionaries to India many years ago. In fact, Beth Grant is from Maryland. And so speaking to her or hearing her speak in a public forum, her heart is about the gospel. The gospel rescues people from cruel people, but also rescues us from sin. And so what I'm asking you to do is pray about giving financially to this. Our goal is $10,000. I know it's big. I know we have a couple thousand maybe raised for that. Anything we can give, any dollar we can give to them helps them rescue young girls and kids, women, from this horrible, evil act of Satan, which enslaves these women and kids. And so we as free Christians living in a free nation have an opportunity to help and partner with them. So I'm just asking you to pray about what you can give to it, to one-time gift, monthly gift, whatever you want to do. Let's give big. You can give online. I know on Sundays right now we don't pass out the offering bags anymore, plates, whatever. I'm not sure if we'll restart that again, but you can give Sunday by giving the offering boxes, or you can give online. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Let's pray that we and other churches would give, and that Project Rescue and other great ministries like that. A21's another one, but right now we're working on the Project Rescue, that we will help them. Now, secondly, I'm starting a new sermon series, and it's going to be Thriving in Babylon. It's lessons from Daniel's life. And if you look in the book of Daniel, I know a lot of times we get obsessed with end time prophecy, and we should know we need to know the whole gospel, and you need to know what happens in the end times. But really, we need to live now. We live, and I know people like, we're founded as a Christian nation. They try to. We are not a Christian nation. We are a godless nation. And I want to look through Daniel and how some of that stuff parallels with us. And so how does that mean? What does that mean for you and I? What does that mean living in this country, in this nation, in this state, in this region? What does that mean for us to live and thrive? Can we thrive under this time? Yes. We're so obsessed with politics, thinking that God's not in control. The overall arching theme of Daniel is the absolute sovereignty of God. God allowed them to be taken captive into Babylon because they continued to rebel against him. He for centuries reached out to them. But in that whole time, he was trying to redeem them and bring them back. So there's some big things we're going to look at in the next few weeks on this. One thing I want to talk about is, as I just mentioned, the absolute sovereignty of God. Then we see the miracles of God. God delivers Daniel and his three cohorts or compadres, whatever you want to call them, from the fiery den. He delivers Daniel from the lions. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff. Miracles of God to the Israelites, and then the heathens. The Babylonians see God's hand. The next thing is we see that the mighty power of prayer. There's power in prayer. And I'm going to be honest with you, I get tired sometimes of praying. Like, Lord, I'm praying. Things aren't happening. It just seems like things are spinning out of control. There's power in prayer when we believe in the sovereign hand of God. So there's going to encouragement. Then there's the long view or long aspect of God's redemption plan. God was constantly trying to redeem Babylon as well, but really the people of Israel who continue to walk away from him. His grace is great. The next thing, of course, is the indomitable grace of God. God saves a remnant of people through this time of Israel's 70-year captivity. Some of them began to return back to Jerusalem and rebuild the temple in the later years. but God never abandoned his people. So I want to help us out to see that God is sovereign, and God sometimes allows a nation to be brought to its knees before revival or spiritual awakening. And a lot of times we think, well, if we voted this way, or Pastor, if you preach that way, you know what? Sometimes it's none of those things. Sometimes it's just God saying, I've got to humble people because they think they know it all, and they're serving other gods. And I want us to see the life lessons we can learn through Daniel. And then the last thing, of course, is God never abandons his people who are faithful to him. So, and God's reaching out to those who ignore him, who curse him. He's always trying to bring people back into a relationship with him. So starting this Sunday, we're going to be talking about thriving in Babylon, life lessons from Daniel. Join us online. Join us in person. We're glad to have you. Hey, God bless you. I'll see you Sunday, whether online or in person.